are going to Hello children. The next unit we are going to see is web page development using HTML and CSS. Already we had learned about HTML in 10th chapter. HTML is nothing but a hypertext markup language which is used to create the web pages. Then CSS means it's a cascading style sheet. This one we will deal with the 13th chapter. So your 11th chapter we are going to see how do you format the text in HTML, then how do you creating a tables, then how do you create list and links in HTML. We had already seen what do you mean by formatting. In the 6th chapter also we had seen about the formatting. Formatting means you can make your documents more attractive. That is, for example, you are changing your font style. Font style means by default in the font style will be in Times New Roman. So you can change your font style, then you can change your font size, then font color, then you can highlight any important points, then you can bold your letters, you can italicize your letters. Italics means what? That is a slanting letters. Then you can underline your letters. Then after that you can create a you are able to create a table in the HTML, that is in your web page browsers. You can create a tables, then you can create a listed and ordered list and unordered list, then you can create a links from one page to another page. So how we can do this? So this and all we can see in this chapter. So the first one, text formatting tags of HTML. So in the previous chapter you learned how to create a web page with basic elements. So what are the basic elements, structural elements we need to create a web browser? Means we need a HTML tag, body tag, heading tag and title tag. So in this section you are going to learn about how to format the text, such as making bold, italic, underline, changing font style, size, color and more. Formatting text is very important as well interesting task in creating a web page. So formatting is purely based on your imagination and creativity. So it will make your documents or it will make your web page more attractive and creative. So the first thing what we are going to see is bold. How do you create a bold, italics, underline in your web pages? So for that you have the tags. You have three types of tags. For bold you have a B tag. For italics you have a small I tag. Then for underline you have a U tag. So these are the tags to make the text bold, italic and underline. These are all container tags. What do you mean by container tag? Last lesson we had seen container tag means you have a both opening tag and closing tag. So opening tag means open angular brackets, then B, then closing angular brackets. Closing tag means open angular brackets, slash symbol, then again B, then closing angular brackets. So you have a, here you see in the tabular column you have opening tag and closing tag. So B is for text will be bold, then I is for italics, then U is for underline. Then you have one more tag, TT tag. TT tag means it's a old typewriter style, but that means you have the fixed width of font. That means what? You cannot change the font size or font width. Okay, it is a old typewriter style. Then next one, strong and EM tags. So the first three tags are formatting tags. The basic formatting tags are bold, italics, underline and one more tag TT. Then the next tags, formatting tags are strong and EM. This strong and EM is nothing but it looks like a bold and italics. Strong means it's a bold, EM means it's a emphasized text. That is, emphasized text means your font will be, font means nothing but the characters, the letters what you are typing in the web browser. So that will be appear as a italics, looks like a italics letter. So in addition to bold and italic tags, HTML provides strong and EM tags that makes the text bold and italics. These tags are container tags. So container tag means obviously we have opening and closing tag. So strong means it gives the important text. So it displays text as a bold. Then emphasize means it is a emphasize the text. That means when you use this tag the text will be in italics. So visually these two tags, that is bold and italic and strong and EM, they are visually tags or display the content very similar, but technically the meaning strong and EM means it's important, not just a bold and italics. If you are using strong and EM means it's a important points, that's why it is called strong and EM, but in visually both are similar. Then the next two tags are big and small. So the big tag is used to define the text bigger in size than a normal size. Then the small tag is used to define the text smaller in the normal size. Then the next tag is highlighting the text. What do you mean by highlighting? Highlighting means for important points you have to highlight. You can use the highlighter, otherwise you can underline the text. But here we are highlighting the text by using the mark tag. So the mark tag is used to highlight the text in HTML. This is also a container tag. Whatever the text given between mark will be displayed highlighting with the default color. What is the highlighting default color? That is mostly yellow color. So to highlight the text you have to use the tag mark tag. The next one, subscript and superscript. What do you mean by subscript and superscript? In maths you can write x square, y square, z square, that is square x squared, x cube, that is called a superscript. Then in binary numbers you can write the base values 1010 base 2. Then for octal number 472 base 8. For hexadecimal number 72b base 16. That base value is called a subscript. So how can you display the subscript and superscript in the web browser or in your web page using the HTML language? So a subscript is the way to display the character or a number below the normal line of the type. So for example, if you are going to write a molecular formula for water, H2O, in that H2O, the 2 is called a subscript. Then superscript means a plus b the whole square means that square is called a superscript. So for if you are creating any subscript or superscript number means you have to use the SUB tag is for the you are creating the subscript number. Then SUP for creating the superscript number. So the first 3 letters, subscript means SUB, superscript means SUP. Both are called a container tag. Container tag means both are have a opening tag and closing tag. Okay. Then the next one is inserting and deleting. So in the text what you see on browser cannot delete or insert. So obviously we can know. So in the web browser on the web page, if you are opening on Google page means you cannot delete any content on that web page, but you can show a text as deleted or inserted. How do you show a text as deleted or inserted? So for that purpose you can use the del tag and ins. So for deleting del tag and for inserting ins tags are used to mark up a segment of text as deleted or inserted respectively. These two tags are also called a container tag. Excuse me. So the next tag is strike through. So it is a 7th tag. So the 7th tag is strike through. What do you mean by strike through? Strike through means among the, otherwise in the you can strike through the word, no? If you are writing wrong, if you are writing any wrong sentence means you can just take a pencil and strike through that sentence. That is called a strike through. Then how do you create that strike through in HTML documents? So you have to use the S tag is used for creating a strike through in the HTML document. So to display the text as a wrong text, the S tag can be used to show the text as a strike through style. So the S and the DL tags are display the text in similar way. Both are in same way. This is also a container tag. The text you specify between S and closing S will be displayed in the strike through style. Strike through means it just the line comes among the sentence. So the comparison of tags. Here you see the tabular column. So bold and strong are for visually they both are similar, but for technically the meaning is different. So bold is to show the text in bold, strong is to show the important text, but visually both are bold. Final output will be bold. Then I means italics, shows the text as italics. Italics means nothing but some slanting letters. Then EM is also, EM means it's an emphasized text, that is also a attention, call attention or create attention to some important points. So but the final output will be both are in the italics. Then U means to show the text as underlined. Insert means to insert a text, both are underlined, the final output. Then S means it's a strike through, that is for striking the wrong text, deleting also to replace the deleted text. Okay. So while writing HTML document, you should use the appropriate tags according to its usage. If you want to show the text underline, use U instead of INS. Okay, that is insert. Then the center tag. What do you mean by center tag? In the last chapter we had seen the paragraph tag. So paragraph tag we had a 4 alignments, that is left alignment, right alignment, center alignment, then justify alignment. But if it is a non-paragraph sentence means, if you want to create that sentence as a center alignment, you have to use the center tag. So paragraphs can be centered with align attribute with a paragraph tag, but for non-paragraph text contents can be centered with the center tag. So center tag also a container tag, that is you have a opening and closing tag. Then next one, how do you change the font style, font size and font color? So font is nothing but your character or the letters what you are typed in the web page. So how do you change this font style, size and color? By default the font font size is 12, then font color is black, then font style means that's a Times New Roman. Then how do change this default value? Then you can replace with your selected values. Okay, now we can see the font tag is used to change the style, size and color of the text. It is also a container tag. It is generally used for changing the appearance of the short segments of text. Before using font, you should have knowledge about fonts. So fonts means nothing but the characters or letters. So a font is a named set of certain style of characters and number. So each font looks different from other fonts. Generally some fonts are used to specific purpose. For example, Times New Roman is a style of font usually used for preparing office documents. So for office documents we are using Times New Roman. Arial is another font style which is for publishing work. Then variety of fonts available in the internet at a free of cost. So generally a browser shows the contents as default system from setting. Every system has different font setting with another system. So here in the font tag, what are the attributes you have? Font face, then size, then color. Okay, so font face means you have to specify the font name, whether it is Times New Roman or Arial or Alagi, something like that, or Nirmala UI. Nirmala UI means it's a Tamil font. Lata is also a Tamil font. So you have many types of fonts. So you have to specify the font name. Then size also you have to specify. The default size is 12. So up to 72 you can specify your size value. Then color name or color code you have to specify it. Okay. Then the next one will be multiple fonts with face attributes. How do you specify multiple fonts? As you learnt already, the face attributes font tag is used to change the font style of a segment of text. In face attribute you can assign more than one font name at a time within double quotes with comma. Okay. In font face you can specify either one name, otherwise you can specify more than one name within the enclosed with the double quotes. Okay. So next one. Here how it occupies the, otherwise how it take that more than one font style. So browser first tries to find out whether the font name of the list in the list supported or not. If the first font is not supported by the browser, then it will take, otherwise it will take the next one. Like that it will take the font style. Then what do you mean by section break? Section break means what? So in the last lesson we got seen about the break tag. Break tag means it will give the, in the HTML language it will not support any enter. You are not supposed to press any enter key. It will not suppose enter key or tab key or more than one space key. So to overcome this problem we are using the break tag. Okay, like that if you want to give any horizontal lines means if you want to draw any horizontal lines between your content means you have to use the section break. So section break, for using this section break you have to use the tag HR. that HR, what do you mean by HR? HR means it's a horizontal rules tag which is known as thematic breaks, separate sections of an HTML document visually. So visually it will separate the documents. So it produces the horizontal lines spread across the width of the browser. This is an empty tag. What do you mean by empty tag? Empty tag means it contains only the opening tag, which means the tag has no closing tag. Okay. So here you see this diagram output. So between this content you have a horizontal line. Now we have some attributes for this. That's the HR tag. What are the tags available? Here you see we have a size attribute, then width attribute, then no shade, then color attribute. So what is the purpose of size attribute? So the size attribute used to provide the thickness of the horizontal line. Then what is the purpose of? So the size is give the terms of pixels. The pixel is one of the tiny dots that make up the display on computer. Underline that line. What do you mean by pixel? Pixel is nothing but the tiny dots that make up the display on computer. Generally we have up to 72 pixels equal to in 1 inch. So 1 inch is equal to 72 pixels. So pixel is usually referred as points. For example, the code HR, that is in the horizontal ruler size equal to 72, display horizontal line with the 1 inch thickness. So if you are specifying as a pixel, 72 pixel means the horizontal line will be displayed as 1 inch thickness. So the default size is 3 pixel. Underline this line. The default size is 3 pixel. Then the second attribute is width attribute. So the width attribute specify the horizontal width of the rule line. So the default rule drawn across the full width of the browser. So by default the horizontal line can be drawn up to the full screen, full width of the browser. The value of the width attribute may be the exact width of the rule pixel or certain percentage. Usually the value of the width is specified as percentage. 100% is the default width. Then suppose in case HR width equal to 50% means it will show only half of the browser. Then the third attribute will be the no shade attribute. What do you mean by no shade? No, by default the HTML, the view of the horizontal ruler line is in 3D view. So you no need to specify the term no shade as an attribute with HR tag. So by default that horizontal line what you are going to draw in the browser, that is in your web page, is like a 3D view. So in that case you are not supposed to mention any no shade attribute. In case if you want to mention no shade means it will be turned into 2D, okay, 2-dimensional view. So the 3D view turns off and it turns on the 2D view. The no shade is a boolean type of attribute. What do you mean by boolean type? Boolean means it's either true or false, that is 0 or 1. True means 1, false means 0. So it will show, so in case if you are not mentioning the no shade means it will turn on the 3D. Otherwise if you are mentioning the no shade means it will turn on the 2D view. Then color, the color attribute will give the color. You have, for that you have to give any color name, otherwise the 6-digit color code. So the next one is the tables in HTML. That topic we will discuss in the next part. Okay, thank you children.